Good morning to you all. Let us continue our chapter preposition, and the prepositions of place and location is over, and today we shall continue the prepositions of travel, motion and direction. Let us learn some of the basics so that you can at least put the prepositions at the time of writing sentences correctly. You know that preposition is a very critical and puzzling chapter. It is highly confusing and sometimes it appears to be something controversial from person to person. Even let me share my personal experience that sometimes I am also fumbled whenever the examinees or the students appearing the exams come out from the exam hall and ask me some of the answers. I myself generally feel so confused. Anyway, but we have to learn some of the basics. Nobody can declare that I am or I have cultured everything in preposition. So many confusing and controversial questions may come, but at least let us learn the basics. So let us start today the prepositions of travel, motion and direction. Prepositions of travel, motion and direction. First of all, let us now know about the travel. Generally, you know that we travel from one place to other by a variety of or many kinds of conveyance. Our conveyance may be varied. So in that case, we have to apply the different prepositions. Sometimes we generally cover the distance by bike. Even sometimes we generally travel by air or the aeroplane. And in that case, let us have certain differences, putting the prepositions in different conveyances. So first of all, travel. For it is by. See here, by is used. By is used when the mode of conveyance is public and not personal. Or we may say that mode of transport. How? Suppose we may write I went to London by plane or aeroplane. See, plane, sometimes some may ask you a puzzling questions. Planes are sometimes general what? Owned by some persons personally. In that case, what will be? So we shall discuss later. But let you know that as it is the mode of conveyance, it is not personal. It is rather a public. So that is why it is by. So in the same way we may write by bus, by taxi, by train, by ship, by plane. As we travel by bus, taxi, train or ship, it is by land, by land. And when we travel by ship, it is by water. We may write by water. And whenever we travel by plane or we make our journey by plane, at that time by air. We can also add by boat, B-O-A-T. See, these are all the mode of conveyance. We can use by before them because these are all meant for public, not for the personal or the private. So things may be personal. Suppose the owner of a bus, it is personal to him, but the mode of conveyance he makes is public. And that is why we may write here it is public and not is public and not for not personal. Not personal. Here you have to write not personal or private. Let you write personal only, no problem. So these are the things we should learn how to use by in case of the travel. Now let us come to another one. In case of travel, we can use in. In is also used. How? It is used in case our mode of conveyance or transportation is private or public, personal. Suppose I may write in my car, in his car, in your or our car. When it is a taxi, we generally write by a taxi. But sometimes I have also seen, even one of the examples has been given in your book 4, where he went in a taxi. No problem. But as far as the rules are concerned, we should write by a taxi and in my car. We may write in his car. Suppose I may write here, Professor Das goes to college in his car, and etc. In case we should write, in case of travel, we should write in only when the mode of conveyance is personal or it is totally right. But we can write on. How it is? On is used when our sitting posture, is open without being confined to. Let us now know how it is. We may write, suppose on a bike, on a cycle, on horseback, on elephant, we don't have such type of provision of confinement or to be or being covered by something so that we can write in. So that is why it is for bike or cycle or horse or elephant we should use on. But in the same case we may write on a rickshaw, and even in a rickshaw. But in a rickshaw means here when the hood is open, hood of the rickshaw is open. But when there is no hood of the rickshaw, we may write here on a rickshaw. So this is all the things regarding the prepositions of travel. You should make a note because you will find some of the questions in your book 4 based on all these, and it will be easier for you to go through them, and after practicing I think you will be able to write the good sentences having no error at all. Okay, now we shall continue the prepositions of motion and direction. Motion and direction. See, suppose you know that if it is a ladder, these are the steps, and automatically when we climb the ladder, at that time we go up. I climbed up the ladder, and when we just move down, at that time down. See, and suppose it is a box, then this is inside and this is, and it is the outside. When we enter a room, suppose we are entering a room of a house, then when we enter generally does not take any sort of preposition, we enter the house, but it is into and it is out of. Suppose something is there under the table, we may write here under below. There is a difference. Don't be confused. Though the meaning is same, but these two prepositions are used in different contexts. I shall tell you. First of all, we may write temperature is below 0 degree Celsius. We cannot write here the temperature is under 0 degree. And in that case, we may write below or above 38 degree Celsius. And other words are underneath, under means underneath, and below, that is beneath. Sometimes these two words are used. Don't be puzzled or confused. Under is underneath and below it is beneath, meaning same. But when suppose these are the clouds and the aeroplane is here, then you can write here the plane is above the cloud. Or you may write here below the cloud. See, suppose a jungle is there, then in case of jungle, we went for through the forest. Through the forest. And if it is something, suppose something is round, covering all these things, when we cover everything, then it becomes around. Suppose this is the world, then we may write around the world. Maybe it is a house around the surrounding of the house, around the world. Or we may write around the surrounding of the house. See. So, we have to notice all these things, what is inside, what is outside, and what is into, what is out of, what is down and what is up, what is above and below. Suppose a bridge is there, it is just, then we can write that the bridge has been built. We may write it, another sentence, the bridge has been built. We may write, see here, the bridge has been built over the river. We have to notice this one. Besides that, there are some prepositions of relations and other aspects of prepositions are there, I shall discuss. But these are the things you should go through and try to complete. Even some prepositions are used according to the nature of the birds or the animals of the man. So, those will be discussed later in a brief way. And besides, many prepositions are there. Generally, we have to remember. These are the basic things. Prepositions of time, place and location, agency and instrumentality, and the travel, motion and direction. But many words are there, they follow only a particular prepositions and we have to remember them. We can culture them only when we read a book, good book, written in good English. At that time, we should remember actually what is the preposition used just after that particular word. And sometimes prepositions are, or use of the prepositions vary according to their formation. If the word is noun, then it is something different. And if it is the adjective, then another preposition will be used. And if it is a verb, then the preposition will be different. I shall discuss you in my next episode or next class. And thank you for this class. I think you must have captured captured the most, and try to answer all the questions, all the activities given in your book for. Thank you all.